TIFU by having a hands-free orgasm in front of my maintenance guy NSFW. Throwaway obviously. This just happened a couple hours ago, and I am still freaking out since my whole apartment staff is probably going to hear about the fucked up things I do in my free time. My twisted ass has been getting into hands-free orgasm and hypnosis type stuff lately. Basically there are audio clips that you listen to and go into this sort of trance, and it eventually leads up to an intense hands-free orgasm like nothing I've ever experienced. So I've done it a decent number of times, and I am getting more and more confident in my routine. My wife has no idea I do this because, well, it's super fucking embarrassing that I am into this. So I usually wait until she's working on days I have off, or do it in hotel rooms when I travel for work. This leads to today. My wife was at work, so I locked the door, turned out all the lights, stripped down, threw on my noise-canceling headphones and laid down on my bed. The audio I tried today was much longer than the ones I usually use because I had some time to kill and found one that sounded interesting. I kept thinking I heard sounds and I would open my eyes and look out my bedroom door, but I did realize it's just my dog playing in the living room, and I did close my eyes again. This kept happening and it was really distracting, taking away from the experience. So I convinced myself to ignore any sounds I heard and keep focusing on the audio with my eyes closed. As the intensity built up, I thought I heard a chime sort of noise or a bell, but at this point I was getting really close and I forced myself to keep my eyes closed and focus. I told myself it was just my dog's collar or something. When I get close with this technique, there's a lot of squirming and clenching, and I am laying fully nude, flying at full mast. I proceed to cue the grand finale. I'll spare you the horrible details. I drift back up from the trance and get cleaned up and throw on my shorts. When I walked into the living room, I noticed the entry light was on, which I thought was odd since I turned off the lights. Then I remembered my wife submitted a maintenance request. Sure enough, laying on my counter was a notice that they entered my apartment. Just to make sure, I put my headphones on again and tried ringing the doorbell, which was definitely the sound I heard. So I put together the pieces that the maintenance guy entered my unit, and with the work he was doing, he definitely walked right by my bedroom door and saw everything. My awkward, disgusting squirming around and everything. The only thing I can hope for now is that he doesn't share this miserable story with my entire apartment's staff. Which I am positive he will. I would. And now I can never pick up a package from the leasing office ever again. TLDR, I had a hands-free orgasm, and unknowingly gave my maintenance guy a show he'll never forget. Edit: the first thing my wife said when she got home was, "Hey, did they come and fix the A/C?" I froze and said, I am not sure if they did. It wasn't while I was home. TIFU by making fun of my girlfriend's mom and possibly getting banned from coming over again. I was at a party for my girlfriend's dad's birthday. My GF's mom begins to talk about how her husband sent her flowers at work. GF's mom, I got these really ugly flowers from my husband at work the other day. They were neon blue and orange, the kind of really ugly ones that are the last ones to be bought at Costco. The kind, looks at me, I am sorry _the_medic, the kind Mexicans buy. My girlfriend looks at her mom and says that is very racist and uncalled for, and I sit there for a split second with a WTF expression and say, I don't know what you mean. We Mexicans don't buy flowers. Usually we are at the exits of the freeway selling those exact shitty flowers to white people like you. Laughter ensues, and my girlfriend's mom gives me the stink eye. TLDR used my girlfriend's mom's own joke against her and might be been banned from coming over. Edit: I've also posted this in r/amethyst hole, as a lot of you told me it belongs there. TIFU by not wearing a bra to the grocery store. Today my husband, 7-month-old, and I headed to the grocery store. It's hot as balls, and as the title suggests, I'm not wearing a bra. You'll figure out why that's important later, but I'm sure you can already guess. We don't normally like to be out on weekends when the stores are crowded, and it's my 7-month-old's nap time, so we tried to make it quick. When we got to checkout, my son was fussing pretty bad and the old man in front of me won't stop staring at me like he wants to say something. At this point I'm overwhelmed by my son, and my husband is annoyed that I'm standing in his way because I'm not trying to be near this old man and have him try to talk to me. My husband dropped a glass bottle that shatters everywhere, and now I know he's real annoyed at me. I offer to go grab a new one, so I hand him the baby and bounce. As I'm speed walking away, I glance down and notice my whole right titty is out. The whole thing. This wasn't just a slight nip slip. There's no missing it. It felt like one of those bad dreams where you forget to wear pants to work. But it's not. I'm in Kroger with my whole ass right boob out for everyone to see. I was wearing a tube top and had no sensation of it falling, so I had no clue how long my boob was out. Is that what the old man was too nervous to tell me? Did I walk around the store with my boob out before getting to check out? I will never know. Now I have to find a new grocery store. I'm gonna miss the deli lady there. TLDR, I wore a tube top with no bra to the store. Without realizing it, the shirt fell down, exposing my boob for who knows how long. TIFU for going to the ER for sucking dick. A couple months ago it was date night with my boyfriend and I was pumped to finally relax after a rough week. My boyfriend, who asked to be called Magnum here, so I'll refer to him as M, and I ended up making stuffed crust pizza. With grilled onions, sausage and a fuck ton of cheese. It looks fucking amazing. So does M, so while waiting for it to bake we head back to the bedroom to do things. After blowing him I pulled off to swallow, but I couldn't eat, my jaw was locked wide open. Super embarrassed I ran into the bathroom to get his cum out of my mouth. It was still stuck in the back of my throat, but I couldn't swallow or spit, so I tilted my mouth forward to allow his baby gravy to slowly drip out my mouth into the sink. We try everything, forcing my jaw shut with hands, aggressively wiggling it, massaging, praying to Jesus to forgive me for my premarital sins, but it is still stuck wide open. Trying to make a little more tolerable, I took ibuprofen with wine, dumbly forgetting I can't swallow. So there I was, choking on his semen, wine pills and drool uncontrollably flowing out of my mouth. To make matters worse, M eats the pizza in front of me. It smells delicious and obviously I can't have any. At /4M we give up the home remedies and Uber to the ER. I attempt to explain my situation to the receptionist with my mouth wide open and drool dripping onto my shirt. She's probably like, why is this guy taking advantage of this poor retarded girl? I write down that I am nauseous and worried I'll die from sucking dick and choking on my own vomit and get seen pretty quickly. We end up with an audience of about /5 other curious doctors while this guy inspects my jaw. One asks, how did this happen? Me. Another doctor, did you yawn? Me, yeah. One doctor massages my neck while the other one sticks his hands into my mouth and pushes my back teeth back. It hurts like a bitch. This guy is applying his whole body weight into my teeth and I can feel his arms shaking as he leans into me. But then suddenly everything feels right again. It is all in place. We go home and the pizza is still good the next morning and everything is okay. Well, besides having to send an ER bill home to my parents and explain that it was from dislocating my jaw, M looked awfully smug the whole time, but I appreciated him coming me to the ER and letting me drool all over him. TLDR, dislocated my jaw by sucking dick. I had to go to the ER at 4 a.m. watch my boyfriend eat at the pizza we made together when I couldn't eat and publicly humiliate myself. Edit. Wow, this hit the front page. Can't believe this is my claim to fame. TIFU, half of 2019. Throwaway because only Reddit can know that my life is written and directed by Adam Sandler. List of fuck-ups I've experienced so far, the 2019 issue. 1. Mispronounced my new girlfriend's name when I introduced her to old friends of mine. 2. Dropped an F-bomb during an important job interview when I accidentally bit my own tongue. 3. Ignored my broken tooth for weeks and ended up in hospital with inflamed and infected gums. 4. Changed my Instagram name to One Trigenuous and realized I misspelled genius when several of my friends and colleagues jumped on the chance to point out the irony of my illiteracy. 5. Unknowingly opened a dick pic sent to me from my father, who thought he was sending that shit to my mom. 6. Speaking of dick, somehow drunk me managed to get his poor balls stuck on his zipper twice in one night. The second time I had to call my best friend for a helping hand. I said no homo, he did not. 7. Took a random ride on my younger cousin's BMX bike, set my ass down mid-ride and was painfully reminded there was nothing but exposed steel to fucking sit on. TLDR, got butt raped by BMX. 8. Suffered an asthma attack while masturbating in the shower and almost blacked out while waiting for my dick to defuse before I had the courage to call my roommate for my inhaler. 9. Visited my sister-in-law, who told me not to freak out if her pet bird decides to fly over to sit on my shoulder. The bitch fucking flew like 10 seconds later and I freaked the fuck out. I dodged the damn bird on instinct and inadvertently caused it to fly face first into the window behind me. It survived, but my sister-in-law made damn sure I didn't. To be continued. TLDR, a statement no one asked for, reflecting half my fuck-ups in half a year.